we can drink.
Repent to the nerds. Oh, yes.
It was going to be Milli Vanilli Mill, but I...
Blame it on the rain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Nice part is I'm going to cut my speech in half right now, okay? So, just to get us out of here a little earlier. But the bar is open an extra hour tonight, boys. Okay, let's just fall back.
Don't cut it short, Gig.
Fall back. Okay, I want to thank the Hall of Fame here for inducting me. Most notably, probably Lori Lewis. Well, George Lewis inducted me, or nominated me, and so did my brother Greg Anderson. But Lori Lewis was the one in Safeway that kept telling me, Mark, you need to do this for George. Who wants more Drake people in the Hall of Fame? George told me he was going to nominate me about 3 or 4 years ago, and I said, hey, I'm still coaching, and my kids are playing. I didn't really want to be in it, and I wanted my kids to kind of have their own thing going through Drake without me hovering over them. Well, I've retired for the last couple of years, so now I accepted it, and I couldn't see Lori anymore, so it's a big honor. Thank you, Lori. I couldn't be here. My dad started the Marin Catholic water polo team when I was a junior in high school, and I need to thank Marin Catholic for getting me into the Hall of Fame. We beat them 10 times out of those. When I was a Marin Catholic alum, Craig Stuyvesant, if you leave, really, he left. But I was a Marin Catholic alum too, and my dad used to say to me, you know what, Mark, D stands for Drake. So I had to get my grades up, or the threat was you're going to go to Drake. Now, into this story as well, my senior year in high school, and I'm sorry, Mrs. Woodall, I'm really hesitate to even tell this story. Actually, in water polo, the referee carries 2 cards. He carries a red card and a yellow card. My wife over here, Julie, she's got them both, and like a yellow, she's going to give me a warning, and a red, she's going to tell me to get off the stage. So I might get it after this. But my senior year in high school at Marin Catholic, they taught us how to put condoms on cucumbers in religion class. And it was beautiful. It was Father Praying. And my mother, cut it. I haven't had a drink yet. Hold on. And my mother said to my father, my senior year in high school, she said, Bill, don't send any more kids to Marin Catholic. My younger 3 siblings who are over here all went to Marin Catholic. I all went to Drake, and I became a Drake kid from there. So there's that. So I got hired at Drake, and it was 1995. The great Phil Rourke hired me actually at Redwood in 1994, and I coached from 1995 and until 2012. Last year was the first year that I kind of backed off the whole thing because my son was a senior. So that's the kind of the timeline on the thing. No big deal. I also got, one of the main things that happened to me was when I was 17, senior year in high school, I should have been in here as being an athlete, but I guess, first team all league, I never got nominated for that. Scott Sellers' team beat us. We did beat McCoy's team though, Mike McCoy. And I'm happy to be here with Mike McCoy and Scott Sellers, man. Scott Sellers was a player when I was a kid. He could really ball. I enjoyed playing against him for sure. And Mike actually and I played CYO and basketball all through high school together. And Mike lived in the dorms with me, and we drank beer together. So Mrs. McCoy, that was me correcting your son. So let me just ramble here. So I'm coaching Sleepy Hollow swim team when I'm 17 years old, and that thing has become really my life passion. I mean, the Sleepy Hollow swim team, I've got over 400 kids that coach swim team. I think 95% of the kids that come through Drake water polo swim for me at Sleepy Hollow swim team. And it's something that I'm proud of. We've done a good job there, and a lot of kids have come back and helped me coach, and so I'm very proud of it. But the best thing that happened to me, when I get hired as the head coach of Sleepy Hollow, they tell me, they're like, your assistant coach is going to be Julie Smith.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Okay, so this is a girl who's got a scholarship to Cal and should be in the Hall of Fame as well. She's one of the first girls out of Marin to get a scholarship for swimming, and swam, was the #1 recruit in the nation her senior year in high school. She doesn't want to she's too embarrassed to get up here and give this type of speech, but she got hired to be my assistant coach, and I'm like, whoa. Here I am, this skinny, zit-faced, wearing glasses kid that in high school, well, maybe now she'll notice me, and it took about a month for me to ask Julie out, and man, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. She's the most beautiful girl in the room right over here. Put your hand up. Come on, throw your hand up. Every day I wake up, I'm kind of a heathen, right? I wake up, I'm like, when am I going to be bad today? It's like, those of you that know me personally, that's the way I wake up, You don't know me, And Julie's that pillar that kind of, I walk around and dance around.
Oh my God.
Bring me back, okay? And I would not be up here without you. I am here because of you. You helped me coach all those years before. I'm doing everything up here because of you. You're the most beautiful person I know in the world, and I love you, okay? You gave me the four greatest treasures of my life, and my sons, Marcus, raise your hand please, Keenan, Logan, and my little guy Nolan over there. You are my life's coaching work, and I'm trying to make you, all the years that I've ever coached, you are my best project, and I am so proud to be your dad. You have no idea. The kids that I coached, please raise your hand, stand up. All the kids that I coached. If I coach you, stand up there. These are kids that swam or played water polo and at the greatest of schools that we have. I coached the captain of the UCLA team, Colin Hennessy, who's probably the greatest player I ever coached. I coached another guy, the Low girls, who won 5 national championships at Stanford. I built my reputation on your kids' backs, on you guys' backs. You were the kids that pushed it. That I was kind of crazy, like I would try to make you guys work, but I knew we had something. We didn't win 5 NCS championships, that was smoke, but we got to the semifinals 3 times in a row. And when we got there, we had a chance to win. And we're playing the big boys. We're playing De La Salle, Miramani, Acalanes, Campolindo. We're playing good teams. So you guys put in the work. You guys got me here. And I'm hoping that me being here gets you guys in. You're going to get in someday. You guys will be guys that played at all times in college, players, great things. It's nice. I don't know. I looked through the program and couldn't find one water polo player in the program. Saw some swimmers. I'd love to see some polo players. So it's nice that I'm getting recognized as a polo coach. There might have been one other polo coach that was in there. So it's not the mainstream sport, but I'll tell you what, these kids work harder than anybody I've ever met. And I'm proud to be your coach, and you know how much I love you guys. Okay? Thank you. You can clap. Amen. Okay. Growing up with me, there were 3 kids. I'm sorry, I'm going to go quick. I'm trying to go. There were 3 guys. Right now, there are 3 of my best friends, guys that I think are very close to me, that are the best athletes that I know. The first athlete, one of my best friends, is here a long way from Kauai. Sitting back over there, his name's Chris Hoy, in the black back there. Chris Hoy, Marin Catholic, with me, it was my senior year, and he was the back of the year in football. He won the Coliseum. He beat Mike McCoy's team 45-0, he told me the other day. He said, ask McCoy if he knows who I am. We beat Santa Fe too, Scott, sorry. I can't say it, but I can say it for Chris. Chris, when I met him, when 4th grade, he had trophies taller than us, and he could ride a motorcycle, he could ride a BMX bike. I couldn't beat him in anything. I wanted to beat him. He made me competitive. I wanted to beat him so bad. So, Chris, I went up here today and knowing that you were one of the best athletes. I love the quote, some of it's true, to your dad. So I'm just throwing it out there for you right now. Some of it's true, all about your myth and your legend. Some of it's true. All right, the second guy that's up here is our girls coach at Drake High School, who just won a championship today, Peter Galley. Another fantastic athlete, one of the top 3 athletes in my life. A guy that is competitive as anybody I've ever met. Hard to beat in darts, hard to beat in pool, hard to beat in drinking, hard to beat having fun. Pito is one of the funnest people I've ever met, and I'm so happy to be your friend. I mean, every time we go out, it is fun, every single time. And we've raised our kids together. You know, we've bounced things off late night many times. We're raising each other's kids, and I love you. You're a great man. Cheers. So the last athlete that I work with that I know, and I wouldn't be up here without, for sure, is this crazy coot named Matt Swanson. He's over here. He's a Drake boys water polo coach. He's over here right now. I'm not up here without Matt. I mean, we did have a lot of talent, but Matt was a 2-time NC2A champion at UCLA and was the player of the year for 2 years at UCLA. And in 1990, I don't know, let's just call it 99, something like that, 2000, I saw Matt was coaching at Redwood. And I'm like, what are you coaching at Redwood for? We have all the talent at Drake. You won 2. I watched you play in college. You're phenomenal. Like you need to be coming to Drake. And sure enough, he came over the next year. He's been there ever since. There were 2 years where he backed off and said, you're not going to win, I'm out. I did win it, so I feel good about it because he and I were co-coaches that year, and I won with a pretty marginal team for 2 years. So I'm proud of that, for sure. Matt is another guy that is incredibly talented in everything that he does, and he lost today to Redwood. Damn it! He lost to Redwood today. It was crushing. But my job as a coach and Matt's job as a coach in our club is to coach all the kids in Marin County. And Matt and I are proud of the Redwood team. We had a hand in coaching them, and they beat us today. So what are you going to do? I mean, we'll get them next year. He's got his hands full with a great group of kids, and you were the guy that I feel good about passing the torch to, and you're my kid's coach. So I love you, man, and thank you, and keep it going. Okay? I have 3 mentors. I'm getting there. I got 3 mentors I'm going to need to talk about. The first guy is in the room, and his name is Tim Ecke. Tim Ecke, where are you, Tim? Is it too late for you? Did Tim Ecke left? No. What a bastard. All right. Big swell out there, but Tim Ecke, and some of you guys might know this guy, but he's like my church, and I surf with Ecke about 5, I spend about 5 hours a week with him. He's the happiest man in the world. He's got a smile on his face all the time, and there's never a bad day with this guy. Surfs like 5 days a week, and I just love to surround myself with happy people. The second guy I'm going to say is Brian Hennessy. And Brian Hennessy is over here. Brian, raise your hand. He's a long-time Marin County athlete. Many people know the Hennessy name. I don't think I'm up here as a coach without Brian. I started coaching his son, Sean, and when Sean was 7 years old, Brian came up to me at the end of the season, right after my mother had passed away my senior year. And Brian kind of said, hey kid, my dad passed away when I was young. I got you. I think you can be a coach. I think you can do this. And Brian, was the guy that was cut and always wore a tank top and was always really fit and in great shape. And he had this really cute wife, Sue Hennessy, right next to him. And we were like, holy God, you could be ripped and successful and have this hot wife, and well, man, you know, all right, I'm looking for it. This is when I was 17, right? And by the end of the years, at the end of the season, Brian hands me $500 in cash. And to a 17-year-old, I'm like, holy God, I got $500 in cash. The most generous man, the hardest working guy I know, and is the godfather of Drake water polo. If we have a godfather, he is the guy we all go to. We got a problem, he helps out us all. And he's always been the guy. Brian, we love you. We all love you. Okay, this is for you too. This is for Drake water polo and for all of us. And the last person I'm going to thank is my father. Like I mentioned it, that my mother passed away my senior year in high school. And, you know, in going into college, I was going to play basketball at Long Beach State, but I was a 6'4" white kid from Marin. You know, that was the first team all-league power forward. And I went down there and got a wake-up call down there. You know, from the Utah Jazz just put an elbow on me. Brian Russell. Come on, don't get out on me now. Put an elbow on me and threw the ball over the top, and he dunked on me, and I just went, wow, I am white. From Marin County, and a basketball player. I'm going to tell kids to get in the pool and play water polo. So when I went down there, that was right, it's a sidebar, sorry. But when I went down there as a senior in high school, my mom had just passed away. I had 3 young siblings at home. I took the job. I was working from the time I was 17. I took the job at Sleepy Hollow, and I just needed to work. So I came home from 1 semester of Long Beach State, and I've been coaching swimming and water polo since I was 17. I helped try to take care of my younger brothers and sisters. You know, the college thing really didn't just work out for me. But one guy that I was going through that with the whole time was my dad. And, you know, we bounced a lot of things off each other for a long, long time. And you were the one person that I know I can tell the truth to. I mean, no, you're not just the one person. I shouldn't say that. I get in trouble for saying that. You were the one guy who taught me the truth, and that taught me to tell the truth all the time. And I will tell you that I love you more than anything. I would help you out through anything. And this plaque over here is for you. Okay, it's going to sit in your office. It's not going to sit in mine. It's going to sit in your office so you can enjoy it and you can tell people when they come in. And Dad, I wouldn't be up here without you. You're an amazing guy. Like I said, you started the team at Marin Catholic, coached me when I was a junior, was a long-time Marin Swim League coach, helped start the Marin Swim League, bounced everything off of you before anybody else. And your best advice was, yeah, you should marry Julie. All right, that's it. Mark!